Hi everyone, I'm Susan McAllister from the Sewing Escape in Garden Grove, California, and I wanted to show you how I put my sashing together and what I use to do it. So what I have here are a few of my strips that I have cut. There's 6 of them, and I need to join these together. So I'm going to use my very favorite folded corner clipper ruler from Creative Grids, and of course I have my rotary cutter. So I'm going to start by taking a couple of these. I'm going to split the pile in half and do 3. You're going to open it up, and I don't really care what's happening back here. I'm going to line these up on top of each other. I'm going to make sure that this is a nice area that's lined up. There we go. I'll take my ruler. I'm actually going to rotate it because I want to trim off my salvage ends, or to at least make the square whatever you're lining up. So I'm going to put one of those black lines on the edge, and I have a straight line. So right now I'm using the ruler upside down. Again, it's always important for me to say this: please keep your rotary closed unless you are using it. Then you can open it. When you're done, you shut it and put it down. So here I go. So I'm going to clean off the edge, get rid of the extra, and now I'm going to rotate my ruler without doing anything to the fabric. And I know that my strips are 2.5 inches. So this ruler goes from 1 inch all the way down to 5. And what I like about it is it has a straight line, and then I have another tiny little bit of a straight line. So I've got like an L shape, a horizontal and a vertical for lining things up. And also you can see that I've got this long diagonal that actually represents where my sewing would be. And the extra little part with the special grip on it, that's the seam allowance. So I have a 2.5 inch strip. I'm going to line my corner ruler up on the 2.5. So I'll check that the bottom is straight. I'll check that the clean edge I just made matches one of those lines that is vertical. And then I'm just going to go ahead and follow along. You can see how I cut it apart, and it gives me 2 flat edges. I have one down here, and of course I have the flat one up top. So this side is cut. Now I need to go cut my other side. So that's my trash. I'm going to pick up all my strips together. And remember I said it doesn't matter what these look like. I'm going to fix this now. Let me go back to this. It looked like this. I'm going to actually rotate. This is going to go to the back side now, and it's going to be upside down. This is a little weird with cameras, but it's going to be this direction, if that makes sense. And I'm going to slide it. It might be a little far off camera, I don't know. But I'm going to take the sides I haven't done anything with and line them up together on top of each other. Again, I don't really have to worry about all this other stuff. I'll straighten it out. The biggest, most important thing, I'm bringing it back, is that it's going to be opposite sides. So this one is now going down, and I'm going to cut the other way. I might have confused everybody. I hope not. Do you remember that we have to get rid of salvages first? So I don't need to go get a new ruler. I'm going to rotate my ruler just so I can clean up and make a nice straight edge. Close my blade. All right, I'm ready to cut. I'm going to rotate back so I can read the numbers my direction. I'm looking for 2.5, and I'll make it match on the fabric. I line up on the bottom, I line up on the side, and I'm ready to trim. I'm going to close my blade. So this is the second end of it. And remember, the first time I did it, I trimmed that direction and rotated the whole piece. So it's hard to show in such a tight fit, but they do go opposite of each other, and there's a reason for that. I now need to line them up and get them ready for sewing. So take your top strip. This is why it's magical. Take a second strip, and it's right sides together all the time. So when I put it down, that little flat edge is going to line up, and the flat edge on here lines up at the top on this side. And that is how I would sew this together. I would come down 1/4 of an inch and sew. Maybe, I don't think you can see it on here, but that's the 1/4 inch seam that I was talking about that it makes. Now there's something else that I like to do. I get tired of pinning. You don't have to pin this when you go to the machine, but I have something new that I've been doing, and it's from Acorn. It's this precision piecing, and it takes the place of pins. So what I will do is everywhere I would put a pin, I put a little drop of glue. So it's just a very tiny drop. I'm going to put 3 just to hold it together lightly. They're almost invisible. Remember, right sides together. I'm going to come back, line it up. It's temporary glue, it washes out, and you do want to heat set it. I have 12 of these to sew together, so it's kind of nice if I pin them all and get them ready together. I'm sorry, not pin, glue. So there we go, it's set. And now I can make my next one, and I don't have any pins. I don't need to worry about anything. I'm going to take this tail that I added. I'm going to find the end of it, and I'm going to flip it up and lay it down. So I'm ready for the next one. I grab my 3rd piece. I take an end, right sides together, match it up, and then I'm ready to go. I'll move it to the part where I can iron. Here's 3 little dots of glue. 1, 2, 3. Use those little flat edges. Hit it with an iron quick. That's it. And if I had more to make in the picture, I would just go ahead and find the end of this, flip it over, and I can attach the next one. That's how you make these. I need to go to the sewing machine and put them together. I'll be right back. I have my pile of sashing, and you can see that I found the end, and here's my first connect. I don't have pins in it because I use my glue just a little bit to help hold it while I transport over here. And now I can go ahead and line up my straight edge with the edge of my foot and begin to sew. There's one. And my second one. It's down here. Sorry, it looks so close I couldn't even see it. Here we go. Here's my second one. Okay. So these are my pieces, nice and long. And you can see, oh, little thread booger. You can see that I sewed my 1/4 inch, so it made it so super easy. All I need to do now is open it up, go press that, and you can see how perfectly joined these are. And I'll be right back with the next part. Now it's time, since I've joined them on the sewing machine, I did my 1/4 inch, it's time for me to go ahead and press them open. One thing I did realize, I use fabric that has lines on it, so it might be confusing you, but they really are straight. Remember, I did not pin, so I used a little bit of glue. I don't have great long fingernails, so I kind of use a pencil for myself to get in here and just use it to kind of break that bond. And then I can go ahead, I like to press open. So all I'm doing is opening the seam, and I have another magic thing from the Acorn Precision Piecing. It's like a pressing pen, and so there's a liquid in here. It's got a little nub that's chiseled, and if you press a little bit, a dot of the liquid will come out. I like doing this because it stays so flat, and I'm just gonna heat, and it really holds it. There you go. All right, so now I am finished. I've created the perfect join on the sashing. It's the 45 degree. It's nice and straight. There's no mismatch. Goes together great. Again, this could be sashing, this could be binding, whatever you're doing, the 45. I hope you enjoyed seeing the pieces that I use. Again, I like to do some of the little glue dot when I want to connect and not pin. I love the pressing pen afterwards to help me get this really flat seam that stays where it belongs. And none of it would have been possible unless I used this folded clipper ruler for making my 45s. All right, well, thank you so much. All of these are available on my website if you want to take a peek. And I hope you stay creative and sew yourself a beautiful day.